Okay, we're back at Caulfield. There's the horses milling behind the barrier for the running of race 6, the race before the Caulfield Cup, of course. And Darren Beedman rides Paint in this race. Paint in the lime green colours has been just a little disappointing since he was a 2-year-old. I wonder what Darren thinks are the right tactics to use on Paint today.
I'm riding a horse called Paint in this race in the lime green colours. He's drawn barrier 14. He's got exceptionally good speed, this horse. He'll be crossing the field quite early in the race. This horse has won 5 races out of 9 starts. It's run over 1,100 metres. His form last time in wasn't that crash hot. He had a few injury problems, but the trainer today is expecting a bold performance from this galloper, and I expect him to be right in the finish.
Yeah, so that's the tip from Darren Beedman. The race, of course, is called the Schillaci Stakes, named after one of the great sprinters of the Australian turf. Simon Marshall, how do all these great sprinters look?
Well, Kenny, they all look in sensational form. Of course, the sprinters all look a little bit more muscly than the stayers. Poetic King, well, he looks fantastic, although he's got a big weight to carry, hasn't he? Flavour looked very well. I'll tell you who looked exceptionally well was one down the bottom, number 12, No Tear. The one Jimmy Cassidy's riding looked very, very fit and forward. And it's on the ball too. Lord Luskin was another one. He's my pick for the race. He's very fit and lean. He's got great form at Caulfield. Just going by his look, Kenny, I'd like to be on him.
Okay, Simon, that's your tip, Lord Luskin. I know Simon O'Donnell likes Notoire. You haven't changed, mate?
No, I certainly haven't. I think he'll be up on the pace, and barrier 17 is not an enormous help for him. There's only one corner to come around here at Caulfield over the 1,100 metres, so hopefully he can get over 3 or 4 wide, come around the corner, skip away. That's the way I'd like to see it anyway, Ken.
I understand. Anything catch your eye, Shane?
I think it's very, very open. Anything can win the race. Trader Vic with the lightweight's got a great chance.
He looked well, did he look good?
Yeah, and he'll be well ridden from barrier. I think he comes into 8 now. And Regal Centre run a very good race in the shorts behind Hottest Hell about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Trader Vic's probably one of those horses can just sit off the speed and come in at the right time.
Yeah, he'll be running about, I'd say 7th or 8th, and he should be about 1 off the fence.
One of those horses there's been quite a few reps on too from the Hawks camp and the Ingham camp, so they'd want him to be putting his hand up today too, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's Poetic King, that old marvel. I keep thinking he's over the hill and he comes out and wins another race. I'm never going to discard him again.
I would forget Flavour's last 2 runs. He ran off the Sydney way of going, so this way should suit him. And his runs before that weren't bad, and I thought his run the other day was very, very good, even though he ran 10th out of 11th. He didn't finish that far behind them, considering he ran off.
If you're trying to distinguish the 2 stablemates, Flavour races in the all cerise, and Trader Vic carries the black with the cerise cap. Right, there's Poetic King taking his place, and that's Trader Vic following him forward there, number 15 in the black with the cerise cap. Righto, looks as though they're just about all in, ready for the 1,100 metre Schillaci sprint. Here's John Russell.
Race over 1,100 metres. Fine, good. They're off to a good start. And Poetic King the first to jump out from Notoire, beginning well. Paint was away brilliantly in the centre and getting out fast also Regal Centre, Royal Discard, Armadale just in behind them. Spy King is further back, Checkmore going up along the inside, and they were followed by Katona a length further back to Regal Centre, followed by Lord Luskin, who's got well back in the field. So is Trader Vic at that point, and a length and a half back in behind them. Then moving forward, Elegant Glass over on the inside, being followed well back by another Excuse. A long way out of its ground is Flavour, and Touch of Forces last of all in a strung out field. Notoire is the leader. About a length in advance of Paint coming up to the home turn. 2 lengths further back is Armadale, Katona hard ridden, Toledo. Checkmore on the inside, Regal Centre making ground, followed by Trader Vic at the head of the others. Lord Luskin well back with Spy King and Poetic King as they straighten over. It's Paint moving up on the outside to tackle Notoire at the 300. About a length and a half further back, Toledo coming home strongly, followed by Katona. Back behind them down the outside, Regal Centre. Poetic King is also coming home well, right down the outside. Toledo hit the front. Poetic King storming down the outside. Flavour getting up along the inside. Toledo is the leader. Flavour is flying along the inside. Toledo just in front and wins. Toledo from Flavour, Poetic King third, followed by Elegant Glass. Back behind them, Trader Vic, and behind them is Painter, followed by Royal Discard, then Regal Centre. Another Excuse, Touch of Force, Lord Luskin, Never a Chance, followed by Notoire and Checkmore. And further back is Katona. Spy King is second last, and Armadale has run last.
Well, a big race win to the Russell Cameron stable from Adelaide with Toledo. Toledo stamping his class on the race, just beating Flavour and Poetic King. And number 16, Toledo, has paid $17.80 and $5.90 the place. Number 4, Flavour was second, paid $10.40. And number 1, Poetic King third, has paid $3.50. Right, let's watch this replay. They came into the straight, and there was horses everywhere. There's Toledo in the white blaze, red and green colours, going up on the outside of Paint in the lime colours. And Natwara had enough second from the inside, and that's Flavour back on the rails in the cerise colours. Toledo strides to the lead. Paint has had enough, but Flavour hasn't, and Flavour comes after him, and there was probably only a half head at the line, but the numbers are official. 16 Toledo first, 4 Flavour second, and that old marvel number 1 Poetic King in third place. Now, the second replay, we'll try and stop frame them and point out the horses to you. Okay, if we stop there, this is Natwara leading into the straight from Paint. Now, Paint stops quickly. Here's the winner, Toledo. Armadale has had enough. Now, back here, behind a few horses, is Poetic King, and Flavour is in there, switches back to the inside. So if you follow those horses, I hope I haven't painted too many in there for you, you should be able to pick them up. Okay, we roll again. Paint goes to Natwara. You'll see Flavour cutting back across horses, going to the rail. He gets up to run second, but he just can't catch the horse who gets the break on the field, and that, of course, is Toledo. Toledo gets the prize, Flavour second, and Poetic King, Damien Oliver just riding him hands and heels. He comes home and runs third. Officially fourth was number 15, which was Trader Vic, and officially fifth was number 14, Elegant Lass. Shane, that's a great picture there, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. And you'll see Flavour get up on the inside very shortly in the pink colours. But what a run from Poetic King. He was wide the whole way, and it just didn't suit him. And he takes his earnings after today to $999,000. I think he's got about $800 to go to get the million. But Toledo's first up today. He's a very, very good miler to mile and a quarter horse. He ran against the best 3-year-olds last year. And being fresh up, these horses sprint well.
They do, and a good trainer, Simon O Donnell, Russell Cameron, isn't he?
Certainly is. When he comes over here to Melbourne, he brings a good team of horses with him. He's never far out of the money, and that's a classic example today. He's bought a horse whose probably favourite distance is the 7 or 8 furlongs, and suddenly he's brought him here today, fresh as a daisy, and bang, gets the chocolates.
Got him ready as a sprinter this time. Simon Marshall, you're with the winning horse and rider.
Thanks, Kenny. Dwayne Dunn, very happy young man here. Dwayne, tell us how you won it.
Yeah, I got off the fence early and got a lovely run through. Probably got to the front a bit sooner. I was probably a little bit confident on him, but he held on. He could have won a lot easier if I'd have given him a decent hit.
Do you think you had a great chance prior to the race, Dwayne?
Going into the chance, we thought we had a nice lightweight hope in the race, but barrier 1 was our worry, and we could overcome that early, and we got a beautiful run up.
It's nice to come over here from Adelaide and just quietly you won a race on Caulfield Cup Day.
Yeah, take some of this Victorian money back with us.
Congratulations, Dwayne, and go and enjoy.
Thank you, Simon.
Yeah, one of Adelaide's leading jockeys, Dwayne Dunn, boy born on Kangaroo Island.
Any danger of us getting a look in here, us Victorians, during the day? At some stage, is there any chance?
Behave yourself. You've got Lee Freeman with 4 runners in the Caulfield Cup coming up next, if you don't mind.
Flavour in that race, Ken, his last 2 starts in Sydney, as I stated before, he'd run off. There's a classic example of some horses who go one way, like in Sydney, they run off. In Melbourne, they go as straight as anything. And you saw what he did today. He ran very, very well. Just goes to show he can run in Melbourne and not in Sydney.
They might keep him here now, Shane.
I'd say they would, because Johnny Hawkes has a stable down here.
Okay, as Dwayne Dunn unsettles Toledo, let's go for a break from Caulfield Cup Day.